Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we are going to be taking a look at a new update for Way of the Hunter. That's right. It's been 6 months since this game has seen an update. Um, we uh, we got confirmation from the developers that they're not working on a new map, and that there's not going to be a new let's not say map, let's say reserve, okay? And we'll talk about that in a bit of why we say that. There's not going to be a new reserve. They're not working on a new reserve. So in 6 months' time, we get this update. Um, so we'll discuss this further uh, later in the video. But let's talk about the update. So update 1.26.7 is out now. Tracking just got easier. Manage your hunts with the new herd management UI, optimized visuals on PC. Enjoy smoother multiplayer with pings and improved server browsing. I'm not going to go into all of this. We're going to just go into the actual patch notes. So again, keep in mind, we haven't had an update in 6 months. The developers are not working on a new reserve, and this is going to be presumably 6 months worth of work from a team of like 50 developers. So added herd management UI. Selecting animal group in the hunting map now displays fitness information. Animal groups in the hunting map now carry a badge denoting if they belong to private, primary, or a secondary habitat. The in-game clock in the hunting map now also shows how much of the current in-game year has passed. A new tutorial page in the encyclopedia explains the mechanics behind these additions. PC got some upgrades to blah blah blah. Added a notification when the player's ammo has been refilled. On lower difficulties, a marker will now be automatically dropped at the place of the blood trail origin where animal was hit. Multiplayer added a location ping functionality, added join lead notifications. Server browser now displays the map and the difficulty of server. Tweaked to improve the experience of playing with the HUD hidden. That was part of the delay of this coming out. There was issues with that. Encyclopedia will now automatically reopen at the last read page, and multiplayer extended the visibility of your co-op partners in-game name tag to infinity and beyond. So we got some fixes here. Nothing super important. And again, they got they got some things. They got an enhancement for PS5 Pro, but from what I can see, they didn't do anything for the PS5, the standard PS5, which is a little annoying because I feel like more of us have the PS5 than a PS5 Pro. Like I'm not gonna go spend the money for PS5 Pro to play Way of the Hunter. That's just not gonna happen. So I would have liked to see them, give us some more optimizations. But I guess it is what it is. So now that we know what the update is, let's go in and kind of take a look at it. All right. So I actually had early access for this on the PC. Um, I didn't feel the need to do a video early access wise for that. So this is the first time I'm actually in the game since the update went live on PS5, and this is the first time I'm actually taking a look at it on PS5. So let's see here. What is this? We need to pick this up. I don't like to pick this up. Okay. So let's take a look at the big change. So now there was a little controversy because I believe Ron McTube in his video, he had said that we have a new hunting map, and that's what the devs said in the email that we got for early access. And um, uh, DLCs aren't called maps, they're called reserves. So each DLC that we get for a new hunting reserve is a hunting reserve. This is the hunter map. So when they said that we're getting a new hunting map, it's this map here that you see. And the difference is, first of all, as you can see on the right side, we have day. It's day 2, 6:31 p.m. day 2. So that's a good thing. That's awesome that we're gonna finally see how to track our days more. I mean, like obviously we could track them ourselves. It's not that big of a deal, but I mean having it in the game is pretty handy. But as we zoom in, Now is where it gets interesting. Because now you see all these icons, and now you see these little badges next to them, right? So let's take a look right here. This here. So whitetail. See this here? Fitness potential, 10% to 100%. Okay, this is lowland forest. Um, so this is their primary habitat. As you can see in the badge. I was just trying to see what the badge looks like. So the badge with the star is primary. Secondary is a little like wavy line. And then the private land is let's get down to some private land here and see where. Okay, right here, it's a crown. So the private land is a crown, and it's got like the gold ribbon on it. Um, then we have everything else is purple ribbon. Yeah, secondary is purple ribbon, but it's got that little like wavy line, and then the star is the primary habitat. So interestingly enough, this mule deer here, fitness potential, it says plus 2%. So you can increase the fitness potential of the animals, okay, but these aren't herd by herd. Okay, so all of these here are the animals within this habitat. So it's not like you could click on, and these aren't the specifics of that herd. So there's the whitetail. See, if I go to this whitetail here, it's the exact same, 10% to 100%, plus 1%. We managed to raise the fitness up on that. Again, with the elk is in the red. It's because I killed a decent elk that I shouldn't have. So the fitness potential is down 1%. And if we go up to this one, this is a different herd, but it's the same stats because it's giving you the stats of the herds in the whole habitat. So let's see here. If I go, let's get out of here per se. Let's find some different elk. Let's find elk over here. Okay, now this here, these elk are down 2%, which I don't understand because I haven't done any hunting. So it's kind of weird that this is like this. So it must be kind of proactive, which is pretty interesting. So if we go here, see that 2%. Again, it's across the habitat. I'm trying to find elk in secondary habitat. Where are elk in the secondary habitat? I can't find any. And it looks like all of my elk herds are not doing well. So are there no elk in secondary? How is this here? Okay, so whoa. All right. So this is on the private land, and this is up 47%, which again I don't quite understand because I haven't been hunting over here, so I don't know how that exactly works. But as you can see, different habitats. That's what's affecting the number of it. So this is highland forest. So you can see all the highland forest elk are not doing too good. They're in the red. Let's see if I can find another one here. Is this Highland? Highland Forest. Gosh, it's all Highland Forest around here, isn't it? Highland Forest, because this is their. I'm thinking elk aren't even in a secondary habitat, I guess. That's strange. Oh, wait, here's. Okay, so lowland forest, they're at 1%, -1% in the lowland, and in the highland forest, they're at -2%. So we got to try to get those numbers up. So see, what this really does is it just it just tells you how your herds are doing fitness wise in each habitat. So like obviously with the elk in the lowland forest and the highland forest, we need to work on them. We let them kind of drop the fitness level drop a little too much. If we take a look at these here, so the American Badger, these are stable. These are neither up or down. They're stable. That's good. Fox is up 3% here. Let's take a look here. White-tailed deer. So the one thing this does is it shows you where you want to hunt for a 5 star. So as we can see here, white-tailed deer, lowland forest. This is our primary. Their fitness potential is up to 100% here, so you can get a 5 star in this habitat. Let's see if we can't find different ones here. I don't think it's going to change too much. Let's take a look here. Okay, so now we have in the secondary, the highland forest for the whitetail. They only go to 88%. So you're not going to get a 5 star in the highland forest. So there's really no point in hunting white-tailed deer in these areas if you're looking for a 5 star. But this is all information that we kind of knew already, right? We knew that the primary habitats were the best chance to get the 5 stars, and on private land is the best chance to get the highest fitness. It is interesting to go around and take a look at all of your grass sounds like I don't understand why these are all so low. But then again, here's another thing. I don't play this game in the herd management style. I've never really been too much into herd management myself personally. So, you know, take that with what you was. So, wait a minute. Why do some of these animals have a purple badge on private and some have a gold? I don't quite understand what the badge colors are. Yeah, because look, this is a secondary habitat, and they have up to 90% chance, but the ribbon colors are gold. So us take a look at that. Let's take a look at the encyclopedia, and I'll show you the new thing with the animals under mechanics. So I should say to trigger this, if you're a newer player, you need to harvest an animal 70% or better. Where is it? Okay, so you have to unlock the fitness gene pool page, which again, I'm pretty sure it's 70% or over to get this. And then you also unlock this fitness potential where this tells you what you're looking at here. So when you harvest an animal, you don't only affect its group. Once an in-game year passes, you influence all the groups that represent the species and belong to the same habitat. See, so that's the key, guys. That's the key. It's not singling out your herds. It's showing you the fitness level of that animal throughout that habitat. So I see someone in Discord say that they think this is going to make the game too easy because then you can see just on the map the individual herds and how they're doing it. And no, it doesn't work that way. It's literally a broader view. It's how the animals are doing as a whole in that habitat. So to check whether you have strengthened or weakened species, open hunting map, look for the habitat where you made the harvest, and hover over any group icon of the species. You will see any group icon. So it's not herd specific. I know I'm saying that a lot, but it needs to be said to be understood that it's not herd specific at all. Okay. This update, what it does is it lets you look at the fitness of your animals throughout the whole habitat. So it doesn't really change how you're going to do, like, it doesn't change how you do herd management in the sense that you're still going to take the weakest animals out of the herds. This is just a way to track to see how the fitness of those animals are doing in each of the habitats. I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions about it, just drop it in the comments. Okay, so A is the habitat name. It's pretty easy. This is one of the habitats where the species lives. Gene pools of all habitats are independent. So harvesting animals in one habitat doesn't influence other habitats. So again, if you're harvesting an animal in lowland forest, it only affects the lowland forest areas of the map, not the highland forests or any other areas that those animals may be found. B, habitat quality. Some habitats are more suitable for certain species. These habitats are called primary, while the less suitable habitats are called secondary. Animals usually don't reach their highest potential and or have worse initial gene pool in the secondary habitats. Some animals live in private habitats and have even higher potential and or better initial gene pool than primary habitats. Before you can hunt animals in private habitats, you need to gain access, blah, blah, blah. We know that. Fitness potential range. Animals have, wait a minute. Okay. So animals have a certain minimum maximum fitness potential within each habitat where they are present. Their fitness can never go outside those values. The range is indicated by the filled columns on the graph. If a column is not filled, the animal species will never reach this fitness in the habitat. The graph also shows the distribution. The higher the column is, the more animals of this fitness are likely to appear. Okay. Fitness potential change. You always see the later change of fitness within a habitat is shown as stable, no change has occurred since the previous in-game year, or you are yet to harvest any animals from the species in this habitat. The following icons show the current fitness potential for the whole species in each habitat. So the blue ribbon is 20 to 39%. The purple ribbon is 40 to 59%. The gold ribbon is 60 to 79%. And that little green one is 80 to 100%. Okay, so interesting. So now let's take a look at the map here. So, okay. And then it says how high those are is that. Okay, so this one here, there's going to be more in the kind of 60-65% range. Interesting. This here, okay. So I'm trying to find one because there is one like, okay, like see this one here where it says 45 to 90%. But now you see where the white lines are, and then below that there's gray ones, and then there's kind of ones that are like empty. So the gray ones, those are filled in, so you can actually lose that much fitness potential if you're not careful with those. Now let's see if we can find one that goes the opposite way. I don't. Hmm, no, I'm not seeing any of these have the fitness potential to raise the fitness. Okay, so this one here, as you can see, the very last square under 93% is grayed out. So that means you can increase this fitness level to there, but you can't get it outside of that. So it'll never be higher than the 93%. So that's the way I'm interpreting it anyway, because they said if it's not filled, they can't go outside that. So again, this lesser scalp, it says 92%. The two squares on the end are colored in gray, so we can raise these. Um, Yeah, it looks like it doesn't really matter for a lot of these. So it kind of feels like you don't need the icon on every single one because it's in the habitat. It's not going to change because it's not directly affecting them. You know what I mean? So now for the calendar days, I'm assuming it's the same as it's always been. You have to actually play several several minutes in game to unlock that. They still have never given us a definite number on that. I think it's anywhere between like 30 minutes to an hour you have to play, and then it'll switch over and start counting. So now that we have all the information about this update, let me just go over some things that I'm kind of concerned about. I don't feel this update was a 6 month old update. I don't feel like this update uh, is a great update considering we haven't had one in 6 months. If this is all they've gotten done in 6 months, that's not good, guys. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is a bad update. I don't think the things that they added are a bad thing. I think they're actually a good thing. I kind of feel like they should have been in the game right from launch. Apparently, what the developers had said was that they didn't expect the herd management aspect of the game to take off as much as it did. Apparently, it's a pretty popular part of the game. So they realized that they had to do something. So that's fine. But it just feels like after 6 months, you tweaked the map, you gave us an in-game calendar, and that's it. Uh, no new fur variations, no new content of any kind. I mean, do I feel that this update is gonna bring people back to the game? No. Do I think this update is going to make people excited for this game and bring more people to the game? No, I don't. And the fact of the matter is, and we're going to do another video on this. I can't do it now because I'm on PlayStation, but we need to take a look at the numbers because the numbers for this game, the players playing this game, are ridiculously low. I count like Call of the Wild as like the top tier hunting game right now. You can hate the game all you want, but the fact of the matter is they have a very strong player base for a hunting game. These titles are very niche. They're not ever going to be something that a AAA game is going to make. These are never going to be like a top selling game, like it's going to top the charts. You know what I mean? It's a hunting game, and as of right now, Call of the Wild is the game to beat. And I think this game lacks a lot of the things that a good hunting game needs. Personally, I feel like the no true racks or random rack generator or whatever you want to call it, the fact that there's nothing like that in here severely hurts the replayability of the game. I think the fact that there's not many fur variations, whether it be rare or even just common fur variations, hurts the game. I mean, I know myself. Hey, quiet down there, mister. Oh, you're just right there, aren't you? Okay. Myself, I'm not motivated to play the game because there's just not enough in the game to really whine. I mean, like, look I don't have every 5 star of everything, but it gets to the point where it's like, what's the point? You know? Yes, they added some variations to Mule Deer, and I'm seeing a lot of popping. For the hell of it, let me just take a look at something here because they did add this PlayStation Performance, Normal, and Pro. I don't know why we have this on here, and why can't I apply it? That's another thing. Why can't I apply it? I don't know. So just for the hell of it, let's see what that does. But so getting back to what I'm saying, I don't feel that this update was enough to get people excited about the game again. I really don't. And if I'm being completely honest, I really don't know if there's anything they can do to this game to get the interest back into it. I know what I would like to see. I know a lot of people are just complaining about content, but again, the game hasn't been out that long. Like, you can't expect the game to be released and then have 16 reserves in it within a couple years. It just doesn't happen. But what they have to do, yeah, look at the grass just like growing right before our eyes. What the hell is that? Again, it's just so frustrating. Look at it. Wow. I've never seen that before. Huh. So I mean, there's just a lot more I could say about it, but I don't know, guys. I'm not too thrilled with it. Michael from NRG, he was in Discord, and he did say that this upcoming year, the updates that they have planned, he did say that he thinks that there's going to be a little bit of something for everyone, that everyone's going to end up being happy. So I really hope one of the next updates is some kind of random rack system. I really think the game needs that. I mean, let's just go back here, and I don't want this video to be super long, but it's something that we really have to talk about. So if we go in here, those are wonky ones. So these are two 5-star moose, and I'm thinking that they're going to have a little bit of variation. They had maybe like a couple different rack sizes, but overall it's just not enough. So I have these whitetail here, and these are all 5-star, I believe. Hello, come on. 5-star. Yeah, they're all 5-star. And if you look at them, the racks are pretty much the same. And I mean, not just that, it's because they're old. So their coloration is the same. I mean, these could be three of the same deer. And it gets to the point where why even hunt any more 5-star whitetails? There's really just no point. What is this guy? He's a younger one. Yeah, he's a 4-star, and he's a younger one. So as you can see, his fur looks a little different because he's younger. But all of the deer his age are going to look the same. They're going to be the same color. Their common fur is just it's that. So again, like I said, the mule deer, they have some differences now. They did some things with them. They put some stickers on them and stuff like that. But again, it's not a random rack type of thing. It's just they added more variations because now, like you see, this guy here, he doesn't have the stickers that this one does. Which this was a good addition, but they just need more of this. They need more of this, and that's just my opinion. You guys can feel free to have your own opinions, and maybe you guys, the only thing that's keeping you from the game is that there's not enough guns or there's not enough reserves or whatever. But I just think for a hunting game, there needs to be a lot of variety in the game, and there needs to be a lot of stuff to do to keep you into the game. So I would love to know what you guys think. So drop that in the comments, guys. Other than that, that's where we're going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Get out there and try to update yourself. See what you think. Again, I think this update is going to be really good for the guys that are really into herd management and they're really into the analytical side of things. To guys like me who just like to pick a lodge and hunt and don't really care about building up their herds, it's not exciting to me. So yeah, sorry guys, but that's how I feel about it. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.